Hi folks, Martin here again. I want to give you an update on this transfer paper we used in my last video of the dye to cotton Subli powder. You remember that powder? And the special transfer paper? We've washed it a few times, so let's have a little look to see how it's turned out. Right, okay, well here's the garment here, and it's probably been through the wash 4 to 5 times, so it's been worn quite a bit now. And I'll just show you closely so that you can actually see the finish on it and has it degraded at all. I'll show you. I've got a new camera, by the way, so I should be able to get some really close images of this. So let's have a look at it now. Well, I don't know whether you can actually see that the colour seems to be okay. It seems to have held up there. And the feel of it, as you can probably see, is nice and soft. And if I stretch it, as you can see, look, I'm stretching it there. And as you can see, it doesn't actually crack or split when you stretch it. So I personally think that it's done a pretty good job. So yeah, look, let me try and get near. The actual ink looks like it's gone into the actual fibres itself. Look at that, look. That's pretty close detail, that, isn't it? Now I'm going to try and let me out because I'm very zoomed in. Hold on, bear with me. Let's zoom back out there. Look, there we go. And that's what we were actually looking at. So that, in my eyes, is pretty impressive. But I wanted to take it one step further. Now, don't forget we use sublimation ink with this. So what I'm going to try now, I just thought about this, and I'm going to give it a go. I don't know whether it's going to work or not, because I believe that it might be the polymer powder which is holding the image into. It takes it off. It takes the sublimation ink off of this special paper they give you, this sublimation paper, and it allows it to bind into there. Now, when we use transfer papers, the transfer paper is basically very similar, I suppose, to this polymer powder. And I use dye-based inks, as you know. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to print an image out on this transfer paper in dye-based ink, and then I'm going to put the powder over the top and see if we can transfer a dye-based ink image as opposed to a sublimation ink image, which is a lot dearer, sublimation ink. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm just going to print an image out now, and then we'll put the powder on. So bear with me for a second. Right, okay then. Well, I've had to use some standard sublimation paper because this thicker stuff didn't want to go through my printer for some reason. So I'm just going to put this now in there. This is still a little bit wet. There we go. And I'm just going to get this sublimation powder. Just pour it over the top there like that. And then just sprinkle it down the ink. All over the ink, as you can probably see. And don't forget, this is just standard ink. This isn't sublimation ink in here. So I don't know whether this is going to work or not. Couldn't tell you. Doesn't look like it's really stuck to me, to be honest with you. Okay then, so we'll just lift out this standard paper, which I don't think is going to work, but we'll give it a go anyway. And just place that face down on there. Put a little cover sheet on it. I don't think this is going to work. And give it a 30-second blast. Right, okay. No, not transferred at all. Here we go. So you must use sublimation ink with this. As you can see, standard ink doesn't work whatsoever. So that is definitely a no-no. That is sublimation paper, but that is normal dye-based inks. So you need to have the sublimation ink with this product to be able to do a peel away on a standard t-shirt. So what I'll do, I'll quickly just transfer this image now onto my sublimation printer, and we'll actually do this image on standard sublimation paper this time and see what it does with that. No, I don't think it's stuck to that paper either. This is standard transfer paper and it's not actually stuck to that, so we're now going to have to try the standard Sublicocotton transfer paper and give that a go. So again, we'll put it in our Rico printer face down, like that, and print it again. Right, well, I've actually run out of ink. I've got to change my sublimation ink, but you can see there mostly this half of the picture is still looking mottled and wet, so let's put this in there. Tip this on there. Like that. Okay, there we go, like that. Let's get the image out. Right, so this is the image now to go onto our t-shirt. Right, okay, so place that face down. Right, okay, here we go. And we'll remove the transfer paper. Don't forget this is our cotton t-shirt. Nice. And there you go, there's another one. Freshly printed there, as you can probably see. Let's lay it down on the worktop. So yeah, there you go, there's another one we printed out on the back of this. So it appears that you have to have the right paper. This was standard sublimation paper. Now this transfer, as I say, although I've printed it out on this transfer paper, which is sublimation paper, this would actually transfer onto a polyester garment now, or a mouse mat or anything, even though it's dry to the touch, because this is transfer paper and it's sublimation ink. So there you go, that appears to be holding up pretty well after about 5 washes. And again, we just printed a new one there. We've tried it with a few different variations. We tried doing it with dye-based inks with that special powder. That didn't work. And then we went over to the sublimation ink, and obviously that worked as well. So it needs to be done on the paper that comes with this kit, which is the Sublicocotton paper. And this time what I did, I actually raised the temperature to 190 degrees C for 30 seconds. That one I did 180 degrees C, and it really hasn't made any difference, to be honest with you. So 190 is probably a better one to go, because you're going to get more penetration with the material into the actual garment. So anyway, hope that was of some use to you. That was my follow-up of our Sublicocotton product, which we tried in our last video. Okay then, thanks very much, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now.